Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala for Land Academy. Welcome to our Cash Flow from Land show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about sales principles and press releases and how they work the same way to sell land. Let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com, our free online community.
Cool. D says, I'm reading an article on Bigger Pockets about how marketing a property that you don't currently own in your name is considered brokering of real estate. And if you don't have a real estate license, you can get a fine and a misdemeanor on your record. Thoughts? Oh, good question. Jack?
I'm not an attorney.
Take it away.
And I think that's a bunch of malarkey.
I think so too.
What he's referring to is optioning property. We talk about it all the time. Our members do it all the time. I do it all the time. Mm-hmm. You get a signed agreement with that's what's missing here, okay? You get consent from the seller to say, yes, you can market my property, and it's not on my behalf. So you're not representing. Here's the thing about real estate agents, it's representation. If you want to represent other people in their real estate transactions, get a real estate license. If you want to represent yourself or your immediate family or an investor, a private investor, you don't need a license. Mm-hmm. It's very common. That's in Bigger Pockets. He mentioned Bigger Pockets. Bigger Pockets is a platform for very new people that want to learn more about real estate, and plus agents love to make stuff up like this. So, and I'm sure a broker or an agent wrote this.
It's funny, I know, like a little scare tactic. I've seen that. It's
that's what it is, Jill. Well said. It's a scare tactic.
Scare everybody away. You know what my first thoughts are? I'm like, I want to make a phony website that says I can do I can give you an online license today. Just fill this out and pay me $50 and you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so much phony stuff going out there. Phony. You don't need that.
This is bad advice.
Totally.
So, the right way to do it is to talk to the seller and say this. Look, your price is not exactly. This is the reason that we option property because they didn't accept our offer, but it's a good piece of property. Let's use a 40-acre property as an example. If we offered $4,000 and the seller says, you know what, I can't sell it to you for $4,000, I'll sell it to you for $6,000, and we all know it's worth $8,000, okay? But $6,000 is just a little tough to swallow, and we don't want to outlay the cash. So we say, look, I'll option it. I'm selling. I got to own a ton of property. I got 1 million buyers. I have a marketing machine in place. I'm going to option the property with you. Sometimes you pay them $50, sometimes not. They sign a little agreement that says they are allowing you to what you're doing is you're optioning to buy the property, all right? And you happen to exercise that option when you find a seller. Mm-hmm. Are you marketing the property on behalf of the seller? On behalf of the owner? No. Mm-hmm. You're marketing on behalf of yourself. And then you exercise the option, you buy it, and immediately resell it. Mm-hmm. So, hey, if you are an attorney and you can find something really wrong with this, or if there's some state that really specifically says you can't do anything like this, I'd love to hear from you because everybody wins, and it's all in the representation. Anyway,
exactly.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Again, today's topic: the sales principles of a press release and how they work to sell land and why they're similar. This is the meat of the show. So, press releases, for those of you who are over 30, you're very familiar with a press release. I always associate them with publicly traded companies. Each quarter they come out with a press release. They say, hey, we bought a company, we sold a company, we're releasing this press releasing this new product that we're going to release. Drug companies do it all the time. When they and there's usually, like in a drug company's case or a publicly traded company's case, there's office buildings full of people that are work for the company to make sure these press releases go well. Well, it's the same thing. You announce it on every corner of the planet. It's the same concept when you sell property online. You announce that you have it all over the place, and you make a big deal out of it. Throw yourself a parade online and get real excited about it. Hey, if you're not excited about the fact that you have a 40-acre property somewhere that you bought for $4,000, you're going to sell it for $8,000, which is still way below market. If you're not excited about it, no one else is going to be excited. Jill, you know this more than everybody.
Well, and you don't title it press release. You just say, this is it. Hey, just acquired, or
Acquired.
And I get these emails all the time too, and
too.
I love these.
I do too.
And a lot of it's like, might be a home around here, might be an apartment building around here, it might be just
I'm
a
on
piece
lists
of
like that all the time.
commercial dirt across the street from our office. I get them all the time, and it's just hey, look what I just got, and here's what we're selling it for, and here are the details, and that's it. And like you said, Jack, you put it everywhere. You put it on. You might email it to your group. You put it on your website. It's in all your social media things. There's photos.
Yeah, there's a whole list that we go over of the places that you need to announce it. Think of Groupon. Groupon, I don't use it very often, but when they send an email to me that says, based on the stuff that you've looked at in the past and what you've purchased in the past, we think that this stuff that just got listed, you might be interested in it. Man, I open that as fast as I can. And that's what you want. You want to get somebody excited about that. Are you going to sell a piece of land to somebody that has no interest in any way for any reason about owning real estate? No. This is not a used car dealership. It's not. You want to reach the people. We haven't talked about reach in a while. We want to reach the people who want to be reached. They're out there.
Exactly.
There's tons of people. Hey, if they're interested in tiny houses, they might be interested in land to put it on. If they're end of the world doomsday preppers, they might be interested in some rural land. If they want to live off the grid, they might. If they're investors, if they're people who flip property, they might be interested.
It's true.
You know who's always interested in property that goes up for sale?
Me.
People who are in the immediate area of the property.
Yeah.
The statistics are pretty convincing on that. 40. I read a thing, or I talk about it all the time. 40% of the houses that get sold to people that are in the immediate area of that house, or the relatives of friends and relatives of those people. So,
I got another one.
Yeah.
Based on the political things going on right now, there's a lot of people that probably want to be hidden somewhere. You know what I mean? On their own piece of property.
Yeah.
I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying it's kind of funny all the people talking about moving to Canada.
My dad threatens to move to Canada every election.
Right?
If this person gets elected, I'm moving to Canada.
Exactly.
He should be in Canada for 50 years by now.
That's it. There's your target market right there. Anybody who's talking about they're not happy with anything that's going on right now in politics.
Right.
They're your buyers. There we go. That would be good.
Hey, this is the Technical 2. It's 2 minutes of property investment advice from our 15-year, 15,000 transaction experience. And I kind of gave it away already. The people who own property near the property that you have for sale are extremely likely to buy it. Especially if it's cheaper than the one that they already own, or the 20 that they already own. So if you got a piece of property, you're having a tough time selling it. I don't know why that would be. Well, I do know, but probably because you paid too much. But
exactly.
Contact those people. If you follow our methodology, you know who owns property around it. That's what Data to Doorstep is. It's access to database, every property ownership record in the country, 99% of them.
Exactly.
Send them a letter. Especially with houses. It works great with houses.
Love it.
And especially if it's way cheaper than what they paid. Hey, and guess what? Most of the time you can see what they paid anyway.
It's true.
In some states, not all of them.
It's very true.
If you have any questions, you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Jill, inspire us.
Are you setting a good example for the people in your world? And I think like your peers, your employees, your kids.
Yeah, lead by example. Are you
walking around setting a good example of, and I think of too, for me, it's important as a business. For me, it's important in everything that Jack and I do. So that's why I wanted to talk about that for just a minute today. You and I constantly...
Boy, I think we're leading by example.
I know we do. But we also keep ourselves in check and make sure that we do. And it's funny because I never feel like I'm veering, but there's times that I go, should I divulge whatever information? And I go, oh, well, heck yeah, because that's who we are.
Right.
I remind myself, like, well, why would you change anything now?
Sure.
You know, yeah, you are going to share that information, you know. So, and that's just one of the things about you and I is we want to be helpful and transparent and truly see everybody succeed. And that really is, sometimes it's funny because people don't believe us, I think, too. They're like, why are you doing this for free? I'm like, just it's the funniest thing. They almost are a little, you know, really, it's frustrating.
What do we do for free?
It's just frustrating because...
You're so much closer to the front. You're talking about Land Academy, right?
Yeah, Land Academy. Because you know why? Here's what's frustrating for me. This is good. There's so many people out there that charge nickel and dime and charge you for every last little thing.
Like an airline.
Well, okay, like an airline. But I'm just saying, so many pieces of our people in our world, you know, they're used to. They come to us and they're a little bit hesitant because like, why would you do it? You mean you're not going to charge me $30,000 and have to pay a $500 application to hope I can pay you $30,000? Like, what the heck is that?
This is not a professional sales organization like the crap on TV.
No. We're doing our thing. We're doing just fine over here. I don't need that. That's not what we're here about, you know, and
hey, this show,
that's how we set a good example.
This show and Land Academy, we sell a lot more property because of it, because that's what this is all about. And we're helping some people, all right? But I'll tell you, the initial gut, you know, the initial thought for the company, you know, that happened in the shower a couple years ago for me was, hey, this is a great way to sell property. And then it became a little bit altruistic, not in a bad way, but like, oh, wow, incidentally, we're actually really helping a lot of people, buy some property, you know, and we're about to release a bunch more programs about how to buy wholesale houses, which Jill and I do all the time, and how to buy it in your next primary residence for half. Think about how many people that's going to help. So I'm really interested, Jill. People say this to you all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
they're a little hesitant.
What do they think that, like...
I don't know. Like, maybe there's a catch. Because there's always a catch.
There's no catch.
No. Not in our world, but I'm just saying, by the time they get to us, people are conditioned that there's going to be a catch. And it frustrates me, and it's sad.
Yeah.
But, so this is one of the things that I tell all of our people. Set that good example, too, in your business. And that's my whole point here. Are you setting a good example in your business, in your world, with your employees and your people? Trust me, it'll pay off.
Yeah, that's a real good advice. You can't walk around yelling at people or being angry or not. You know, when I say outsource stuff, that's what I'm making your point. I am a huge fan of outsourcing certain stuff, but you need to learn how to do it first and do it yourself first for a while and then outsource it within reason.
That's the funniest one for me. Like, how can I teach somebody else to do it if I can't do it myself? That's not going to work.
There's certain stuff, like, I'll tell you, social media, maybe it's because of my age or whatever, but there's
Jack, you know how it works. No, seriously.
We hired a social media expert, and I do not know how to do that, and I outsource social media, and we're killing it now because of this guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the right thing to do.
Well, he did bring a lot of good stuff to the table, but the big picture stuff, you got it. You do.
Oh, yeah,
You're smart. You'll figure it out. So.
I mean, I brought a lot of organization, I think. I bring a lot of organization to everything we do.
Yeah,
I might not necessarily know about social media, but I know that like everything, it has to be consistent. It has to be in a calendar, things like that.
Well, you're 100% right about if you put things in a system too, it's just easier.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
As much as I try not to have a system. Oh boy. Don't ask Jack about my calendar.
You know what, Jill? You are, you know, Jill's a pilot. So in the back of her head, she's always got a checklist. And you're one of the most organized people. You don't make it, you're very good at making people think, oh man, maybe she's a little flighty. That's not it at all. You're really not.
Are those blonde roots? No. No.
You're extremely organized, but you don't look like that.
Thank you.
It's awesome, actually.
Thank you.
Like, that's very attractive to men. Trust me.
Which part? Wait, back up.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's attractive about you, but The fact that you're organized and kind of like, there's a lot of women who are just scatterbrains, man. I'm telling you. You know, they're just their emotions are just hanging out out of their nose.
As a woman, I'm here to tell you it's painful for other women too. Seriously. It is. I've had those people that I'm like, oh, this could be a great friend, and you get to know them. I'm like, oh, no.
I sold a nursing home really early in my career in Wisconsin, and I sold it from one religious organization to another religious organization, both nonprofits, and very different religions. And you know, it turns out there's wars over religions and stuff. Like,
did they know?
Even now? Oh yeah, they all knew. It was a good deal. But my point to the story is, we were sitting in the basement of this. First of all, you should never have a sit down closing. That was a rookie mistake. And
was it in a church basement?
Yeah, dude. No, I mean,
like
it was
cookies?
Yes. No, it was in the basement of a nursing home.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, was it church? Wait, I'm like so confused.
So my point is, so the woman that was involved in the sale of the thing was, you know, not a professional. She was part of this religious organization as a volunteer.
Okay.
And she had no business being involved in this. And so everything was, we would start down the path to get one paragraph, 2 paragraphs down or whatever in the purchase agreement. And she would say, oh my gosh, I have to take all this stuff down out of the lobby. And so it took 2 weeks. It was a 2-week closing, 8 hours a day.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
It was, I never did. I call it, back then we called them FedEx closings. That's all I did after that. Never got anybody in the same room ever again.
That's good. Now it's just a closing.
Now it's just email.
Exactly.
I guess.
Now it's just doing it,
Or
getting the deal
DocuSign
done.
or something.
Exactly.
We do deals now regular. You know, that maybe that's part of what happened. Why I just don't want to talk to, like, these deals close themselves. Mm-hmm. You know, we put all the information in there, mm-hmm. and they click on the button and pay, mm-hmm. and they get a deed.
So that ties into my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it should be this easy. Maybe it can be this easy. Maybe you don't have to pay a lot of extra stuff if it's the right whatever.
Right.
So, thank you.
What was
I'll get off my soapbox now.
What was it supposed to be about, this show? Oh, press releases. We covered it.
What? Huh?
To wrap it all up, public companies are experts at how they release information. It keeps their stock healthy. You can learn a lot about sales from press releases. Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information that's me
and inspiration that's me
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
When I'm not interrupting Jill, I try to get there first. Good show, Jill.
Thank you. It's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine this, you sitting in the basement with this whole long thing, like, what the heck? That is funny. That's good stuff. So
we got that deal done, and then the guy who bought it, the religious organization guy who bought it, mm-hmm. He became a good client of mine. I mean, we bought a lot more facilities, and we always joke about that. It's like, man, remember with that deal, we had to do this thing, and there was that.
It's funny.
You know, there's a lot of religious paraphernalia that had to be removed because these religious organizations were very serious. You know,
that's funny.
So they had to walk around the facility and take all this stuff out, mm-hmm. and put all the new stuff in. And I'm laughing to myself because the residents didn't change. Mm-hmm. You know, it was such a strange deal.
Do you think they noticed?
I don't know.
Huh.
But man, if I was living there, I would be like, what?
Yeah, wait, I signed up because I'm this religion and that's why I'm here, and I felt really good about it. Now we're what?
Yeah.
I can see some people not being on board with that. I don't know how to say that. I can see some people being uncomfortable with that situation.
You know, they whatever goes on in the room that's their stuff. So, but you know, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It was that's not the point. The religious thing is not the point. The point is the person that was closing that deal had it could have gone south.
That's
many
funny.
Many times.
Right.
I saved it. You know.
Well, that's one of those times. Sometimes it's good that when you are involved, and so you made sure it didn't. That's good.
This day and age, I would have led at the first sign of that. I would have said, you know what? We're not closing the deal.
I'm out of here.
Yep.
See ya.
I got 42 more deals right behind us, and I just don't care.
That's what we do now, which is great. We pick the easy ones now, and we just go.
Right. Jack and Jill, information and inspiration. Let's go buy some property.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.